So anyway, now we do a little bit of positive psychology because there's been a lot of studies done on money and happiness. So help me with this. Are we ready? Here we go. On this line, if we move further and further this way, we're spending more and more money on ourselves. On this line, as we move further and further this way, we're becoming happier, more enjoyable, flourishing in life. Where should I put the line? How should the line work here? We get somebody that knows a little bit about this, maybe. There's a lot of studies that's been out in the press quite a bit. But I thought about this.
I just feel like your happiness as opposed to your circumstances and a lot of your attitude.
Okay. That's good. There's a truth to that. You haven't told me how to direct the line here. Given. You think it goes this way?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't put that up yet, but I like that thought. I've had that come up before. What else? Like a flat line, it doesn't matter. Okay. That's another thought. I appreciate it. Anybody have anything else they want to share about this? Yes, please, Wes Tanner.
I think there's a minimum now. You gotta meet some basic needs.
Right. Right.
But then above that,
Okay. In the science and positive psychology, we're trying to stare down the barrel of who is really happy and why and other correlations. What we found with money worldwide, as we've done it in America, South America, and Iceland, the very first bit of money you spend on yourself is incredibly satisfying and required. We've been taking a psychology class where you've heard about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There's a sort of a lower level where initial needs are absolutely required before you can do anything else in life, right? So I'm talking about initial needs like food, shelter, clothing. So trust me, I traveled Europe one time with a backpack, spent all summer hanging out, and I had a certain amount of money, and the less I could spend, the longer I could be out there. So I was testing the theory. Could I actually go and spend a day with participating in here and anything at all? So without food and shelter, I remember sleeping on a train. By the end of the day, it was horrific. Like I couldn't concentrate well. I didn't like any museums. I didn't like any cities. I mean, it's just I realized food and shelter are pretty darn important. I can't really do a whole lot else. So that's what we're talking about here. Initial needs, like the initial needs line. Let's say right here is the end of all your initial needs. Your food, shelter, clothing is pretty much paid for. Now what? Can we actually become happier by spending more on ourselves? It's tricky. It's tricky at this point. The answer is probably yes. Probably yes. For instance, if you're a massive reader and you love books, and you want a little bit more to create your own personal library, something like that. Say you're an exerciser and you love biking. Biking's a big part of your mornings. Have a bike. Those kinds of things probably add enduring happiness. And so now we get to here at this point. After that, there's almost zero correlation between money you spend on yourself and enduring happiness. In fact, what you normally see is a lot of stuff like this going on. I call them chocolate highs. It's just stuff that we as America, partly, I'm a marketer, I need to convince you that you need my service or product to be happy. And I've done a pretty good job, and so has America, and so has our economy. It's kind of based on it. And what happens is it's true for a few minutes to a few hours to a few days to a few weeks, depending on what it is. But because we're human, we adapt to anything that we don't need fairly quickly. And so you have a little chocolate high, it makes you happy for a second, then you adapt back, then you adapt back. It actually, and eventually it goes down when you're trying to do this. It goes down here and it goes down here depending on what you're using for money, right? So.